So the reason why we got this meeting is about the heart rate. The heart rate. When we are over 40 years old, when we are training, we need to be careful of the heart rate. And this have to be scientific. The ancient, like the Chinese medicine, they take pulse. If you go see the what do you call it, the doctor, Chinese doctor, they take pulse. Okay. Now that take pulse meaning that your heart rate situations, it is known. Okay. So since ancient time, if you go, like when I was young, when I go sparring and I get competition, when I get hurt, go to see my Sifu in Wing Chun, he come and he just take my pulse and then check my body and then give me medicines and massage and all those kind of stuff. Now, in training, it's also the same thing. Okay? Especially when we are after 40 years old in the ancient Chinese. That's why in the Wing Chun Inception, I wrote down there, after 40 years old, you need to watch out for your cardio system. Okay. Now, you guys know what is the maximum heart rate? A person's maximum heart rate? Raymond, do you know?
150, I think.
No. Maximum heart rate to the general is 220 minus your age.
Okay.
So the bottom line is that when you do exercise, you want to know your maximum heart rate. You don't want to go exceed it. Okay. So what your 100% heart rate is 220 minus 60. If I'm 60 years old, 60. So I have 160 is my maximum heart rate. If you are 40-year-old, 220 minus 40, you have 180. And you don't want to go exceed that. That need to be known, okay? Now, so in today's language, okay, because what we want is to transport the ancient to today. We want to take care of our body, okay? So that is another heart rate which is we need to know, which is our sleeping heart rate. When you sleep, what is your average heart rate? Do you guys know?
No.
60?
See huh?
60?
Do you check? See, this is the issue. No. That's why I have this watch. You'll be able to check your sleeping heart rate. Because sleeping heart rate is your resting heart rate. So the heart rate is like is an indicator of how well you recover. Say, for example, for average for maybe one month is say 60, for example, okay? Average for 1 month is 60, for example. If suddenly your heart rate, you wake up that morning, you see your sleeping heart rate is say 66, 10% more than your heart rate. You know that day you don't want to do exercise because your body is not recovering. Okay? So that's resting heart rate. You understand what I'm talking about now?
Yes.
So you have a maximum heart rate, you will have a resting heart rate. Okay? We are after 40 years old, we need to be careful for what the heck we are doing. Okay? So it's better to get a watch, a Fitbit or whatever. Okay? This is a Garmin or the in Huawei is okay too. Okay? All those things, whatever you can afford, about $150 $50, under $150, $100, as soon as you can have your sleeping heart rate, or $50, this thing you can see your at least you know your heart rate, resting heart rate. And also because you have this, you know when you exercise, is your heart rate going up to maximum. Okay, this is two boundary. When you can do qigong, real qigong, right away, when you get into the sanzhuang, everything, your heart rate drop down to the resting heart rate. When you take a rest, it get to the resting heart rate and it recover your body. Okay, so that's why qigong can like even in Wing Chun we have that Yi Kam Yong Ma stuff. If you are good at it, you can drop your heart rate even when you are already tired in exercise, because that's what it is for. It's for recovery. When you are sick, you use the same qigong to go get your body back to recovery. And when you are training, even you're sparring, and even you do backward, heavy back, you don't want to go exceed your maximum heart rate, because there's long term of that is going to causing you problem. Now, so heart rate you have 100%, and now in the scientific way, import whatever, map whatever the ancient to the today's language. Usually when we do qigong, it is between 60% or 50% of the heart of the maximum heart rate. Say I'm 60 years old, so my maximum heart rate is 160. All right. So when I do qigong, it is 50%, so 160 is 80. It's under 80 to my resting heart rate 58. So when I'm really tired already, I go doing my qigong. Right away, I wanted to go approaching 58. Otherwise, you don't have the capability to recover your body. Okay? Now, there's another heart rate, which is your daily heart rate. You have a daily heart rate, you are supposed to be really close to your resting heart rate when your daily heart rate. But if you look at your daily heart rate is keeping going up to say 80%, you're always in 80%, you know you are really tense already. You know you are really stressed that day, or you know something wrong with your body, or maybe you're sick or something, your heart go fast. That is the day you say, oh, I'm going to go rest. If it continue a few days, like you stay at 80, when you wake up the entire day, 80, stay above 75, 80, then it's a time to see doctor. So there are three things there. You know your maximum heart rate, where your exercise must not go above it. You know your resting heart rate, you want to watch out to see whether as you sleep, you really have recover or not from your previous day, whatever you do. You check your daily heart rate every day, every time. You see that if it is too high for, say, when you get mad, or you get really angry, you get to 90 because you quarrel or whatever, and you say you get into fighting, and then you go, but you want it to get up there 80 something percent of your maximum heart rate, and you want to take rest right away and then let it come down to closer to the resting heart rate. You don't want to have your heart rate keeping go high. because it's going to drain your energy, and you know your body is tense. And you know your heart is go fast, and it's not good for your cardio, for your health. Okay, so actually all of this is in the Wing Chun Inception, but people don't care to read it. So in scientifically, you can only stay, okay, from 90 to, right now, if you guys want, 90 to 100% of heart rate. You don't want to stay more than 5 minutes. So you go sparring, you don't want to stay more than 5 minutes. So usually sparring, when your heart rate can get to 90 to 100%, you only want to stay less than 5 minutes. Okay? Say for me, 160, right? 100% 160. So when I go 150, I want to stay only for 1 minute, and right away I want to be going down. Okay? Scientific. From 80 to 90, you can stay from 2 to 10 minutes. From 70 to 80, we can do up to 40 minutes for your aerobic.
40?
40, 40. From 60 to 70, there's, as I what I said, that Qigong and all this thing, you can stay 80 minutes. Okay. So if you have like we are older already, like me, I'm older. I can do aerobic up to 75% of my heart rate, which is you need it because you need to go to exercise your body, right? So I can go up to 40 minutes to 80% of my heart rate. And of course, I'm not going to stay 80% or 40 minutes. I'm going up and down for 40 minutes. But I'm not going to exceed that. I'm going to be really tired. And if I go up to, say, heavy bags where my heart rate go 80 to 90, I'm not going to go more than 5 minutes, even though people say scientifically you can go about 10 minutes. Typical training is about 2 to 10 minutes. I just only do 5 minutes the most, or 2 minutes. I have a feel for it. And then from the 90 to 100%, I'll just stay under 5 minutes. I usually do 1 minute. That's it. And you need to rest to get it down. Okay. So for normal exercise, like Albert, like us, right, getting older, right, we can do up to 75%, no problem. And we need to walk, we need to exercise for healthy. Okay. If you want to burst out to have this impulse momentum up to 80, above 80, 90, 100, then you know, okay, I want to limit that under 5 minutes. And then that day I don't want to do more. I just go rest. Okay. You understand? Raymond, understand this thing?
Yes.
Also, for those who is sick, even though they are not old, your student or your friend, you watch out for that. So you want to make, that's why it is a good deal right now. See, before you have a Chinese doctor or Sifu always looking at you. Right now, we don't have that. So we get a watch, we watch our watch. Oh, sleeping today is okay, our resting heart rate, or resting heart rate is 10% higher, then you say, oh no, today no activity. I only can walk. I can only do exercise up to 70% of my heart rate. I'm not going to go up more than 80. So the rule of thumb for me is that if my heart rate, for me, if my heart rate is my resting heart rate is 10% more than my usual resting heart rate at sleep, At that day, I only do very mild exercise up to say 75% heart rate. And if I walk or I have to catch bus, run a little bit, then I slow down right away. I'm not going to go more than 80 and do those kind of stuff. And of course, everybody is different. That's where you can see the doctor, you know, how good is your body, you know. So, but the rule of thumb is if the resting heart rate is usual normal, you can do like what we talked about just now, okay, in general, okay, that, or you can go up above 80% for say 5 minutes, okay, or the over 90% for 1 minute. That is to make sure that we do not run out of the boundary. Even the people who run, they follow this type of stuff, okay? So, and daily, at every day, we look at that, okay, if the heart rate is staying at 80% for a long time, I'm going to go rest. I'm going to take a nap to let the heart rate going down. That's why in the Wing Chun Inception, I show here all this is heart rate stuff. If yes. I don't sleep enough, my heart rate go high. I want to keeping doing this Qigong inside this book to get the heart rate down. Because I need recovery. If I don't recover the next day, how can I have stamina and all this thing? And if you don't, after a while, you are going to not be healthy because you're overworked, and you need to eat proper and so forth, right? So you see, like I show you something. Oh yeah, you see, this is the heart rate, different heart rate zone, and I just go up, and then I'm going to go let it rest right now. I'm not going to stay up here forever. You guys can see?
Yeah.
Okay. So Albert, you understand, right?
Yeah.
So that is how it is. So that is the, say this is, I don't know whether you'll be able to see that this is 80%. So I know when if you have this watch, when you do exercise, you can know. You can check, you know, what it is and check, look at it. Okay, it's too much. I don't want it. Okay, I want to stop now. Because this is for to help your cardio, right? I mean, a proper, you want to exercise, but you don't want to overdo it. And say for this one, you see, I go out there, and right away I want it to come down. Okay. So for this is I exercise, and I get it up. Okay, because if we are healthy, we can get it up, right? Slowly get it up, and right away you get up there, get it down. Okay, and this is like in the practice of the Qigong, the Xiu Lim Tao. You can go up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, right. But I'm not exceeding it, right? Now, this is for really Qigong. You see, I drop it down under 50% recovery, right? And then for sparring, it's like this. The type of like thing, like sparring stuff is like this. You just go bang, 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 bang up, and you say, okay, stop. Okay, that's it. So in today's the exercise that's called high intensity interval training, that is going high, and then you're going down right away, rest, those kind of stuff. High intensity interval training, right? Okay. So in the ancient, it's like that. So after 40, usually people don't want to go more than 80% training, because that is where, you know, you get all this. Today's is like this Qigong stuff or solo and everything. That is after 40 dead, because your body is have a different mechanics already after 40-year old. Okay, so this is a part of Wing Chun. That's why in the Wing Chun inception that and this is the how which range you are in, and also this is to teach when you want to practice real Qigong, how can you really drop that thing down? So this is the heart rate, 100% here. This is 50%, this is resting heart rate going down, okay? So the entire book right now is a systematic way. So, you know, up to now, you know, your maximum heart rate, which you need to know, your resting heart rate, which you need to know, and when you exercise, how much time can you spend in every zone, and also at daily, you want to watch it so that you keep yourself have time to recover, even when you are busy. You have to take some rest. See, in the ancient, you need to have a grandmaster and somebody, they are talented, they are genius, they can do all this, but not everybody. But now, I do this is because so everybody can be good grandmaster too. You just look at your watch and say what I should train, what I do not have to train. When you teach your kids, your student, especially for people who's not as healthy.
Yeah.
So you get them to be healthy. You not get them to screw them. Oh, I'm macho, like Albert said, you know, fighting. You know, what's the point to doing those kind of things if you cannot have a strong body?
It's a responsibility also towards them.
And it's a responsibility for you and your family, to your family. Right?
Yes.
And you can look at your kids, your wife, your parents. You learn this Wing Chun, not for fighting. Just this is the part of taking your health.
Yeah.
If you train something and the heart rate goes skyrocket, you say, no, I'm not going to train this. Is that proper training? Especially the thing which is you end up stop breathing.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is heart rate. Okay. So heart rate and breathing, they are one. So this is for your cardio. So hopefully I explained to you guys this. This is important thing.
Yeah.
I want everybody to be healthy, and I want all. So when you as in Wing Chun Inception, when you do your Xiu Lim Tao, your heart rate is different in different range. That's why in Xiu Lim Tao, after you practice the first set, you stop for a while, and then you do the second section. That stop is to rest your heart rate, your chi and everything, and your breathing, and then you go again. So when you practice, you cannot handle it anymore. You look into, man, this is not for me. So I like this. You go every day, you practice, you look at that. Okay, it is 70%, 75, okay, no problem. We get 80, okay, stop a while. Get 90, stop, quit. Unless a tiger chasing you, or else I don't care, okay? Okay?
Yeah.
Only those you don't have what the Chinese call today in the sports science, he say that you don't have enough recovery. So you influence your heart rate performance or heart rate variability. In the ancient, if you continue to do this, we call in Cantonese, since Albert here heard this called Lai Xiong, internal injury.
Yeah.
So who have this thing? Bruce Lee.
Yes.
Bruce Lee. Because he doesn't have enough recovery. So if Bruce Lee is alive today, with the sports science and everything, we will be able to avoid Bruce Lee's tragedy.
Yeah.
At Bruce
Makes-
Lee's time, many Qigong grandmaster have said Bruce Lee is overtraining at that time. So we know now, and before it's like, hey, grandmaster say this, right? And there's like, for example, in the writing of a book of Lam Huai King, Nan Huai Jing, okay, a very top Chinese scholar. In his book, he said Bruce Lee he trained the Qi is improper. Okay, Chinese Kung Fu don't do it this way. He do exit. But Bruce doesn't have this information. But today, we have the sport science, which is verified what the Chinese talking about. That's why I make this. So here on, we know. And when we do Xiu Lim Tao, it's not all the same speed. No, it's not the same speed. Like the other day, I'm talking about Chang Cui. It's very fast. Okay?
Yeah.
But then when you want to relax down, you have to be able to relax your breathing and so forth. Like today, I make the video of breathing. So this is all it is. So Raymond, you understand what I'm talking about?
Yes, yes. Good information.
Okay. So you guys know this. Take care of your school, your family, and yourself. Okay. So Joe, you see it, right? So that's why I don't want people to stand in those EG Kamyangma like today. Why? Because you cannot breathe. You cannot breathe. Your breathing, your heart rate go high.
Yes, exactly. And I sweat a lot.
You
It's like I
don't.
tremble.
Practice Wing Xiu Lim Tao. That first part supposed to be relaxed.
I'm not relaxed in it actually. I'm just loose, and my forearm is tensed when I do it. Just my shoulder is loose, but my feet are all like they're like grabbing all the time the floor. I'm on my 2/3 of
Yeah.
my weight is supported by the 2/3 of my feet, and it becomes painful after like 10 minutes. It's very painful.
Forget about it. Forget about those. That's why I make all these videos and everything.
Yeah.
If you stop breathing when you use power, your blood pressure can spike high. Okay, so there's all kinds of stuff. Okay, so right now we talk about this heart rate for today. Okay, time is almost off. So okay, so
It's
Albert.
very helpful information, right? Especially my age. I don't want to overload myself.
Over 40-year-old, we all have to watch out. Okay.
Yeah.
So if any question you guys ask me, we can do this Zoom and everything. You don't want to have your heart rate go high, your breathing go high. You don't want to do that like stop breathing, because that is for sure your blood pressure can shoot high. And you can get stroke or all those kind of crazy stuff, okay? So that is not Qigong or internal. That is just killing yourself, okay? It is, so we all based on the sports science now.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I have a question.
Sure.
I see a lot of people claiming to do, like they say, hard qigong. You see all the time dynamic tensions and all this stuff. Is it healthy, you think, or it's bad?
It's very simple. Get one of this watch, and then make sure you categorize under isometrics training, isokinetics trainings, or isotonic training. If they cannot be characterized in this, never train it.
Yeah.
We have sports science today which be able to explain what is trained in all those Qigong and everything stuff. Okay? Categorize that in the either is isometric, isokinetic, or isotonic. And then with the heart rate. If that cannot be done, don't touch it. Okay? So we have 5 minutes more. Anybody have a question? Otherwise, we see you next time. Okay, so I'm saying here is this is ancient. This is today's sports science. Follow the sports science. Go buy one thing. I don't care what brand, but at least you have it. You can track yourself.
Yes.
Okay? See you guys.
Yeah, very good information. Thanks a lot to start this.
Thank you.
Yeah.